clear evidence of his connection to the attacks, which they say they condemn. U.S. intelligence sources told MSNBC.com that FBI investigators have located the vehicle which apparently brought the terrorists to Boston's Logan Airport, where the two hijacked flights that destroyed the World Trade Center originated. And a senior U.S. intelligence official is telling MSNBC.com that mobile communications from the hijacked airplane that crashed outside of Pittsburgh indicate that the three American passengers overpowered the hijackers but were unable to maintain control of the plane. They did indeed stop this plane from striking its main target, an act of extraordinary heroism if it's true, and there appears to be very clear evidence that it is. And so stands the reporting now. It has been a very hard day, and we are about to begin another hard day. The search and rescue teams are going through now in the emerging bright light of day, the rubble, hoping that they will find at least one more person. But as you look at the New York skyline, remember this: that is the sun that is rising there in the east. It will be yet another day for the United States. We will get through this day. We will not be harmed by terrorists. In the long run, this country is far stronger than its enemies, and that is exactly what is being shown at this point. I'm Forrest Sawyer. I'll see you tomorrow. Join us then. Stay with MSNBC.
There's another one. I'm taking a look.
Trade Center is no more.
Wednesday, September 12th, 2001, sunrise over Manhattan. A view both physically and psychologically forever changed. This is the day after the worst terrorist attack in U.S. history, and smoke still rises from the ashes of what were the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center. Hello and welcome to MSNBC's continuing coverage. I'm Chris Jansing here with Greg Jarrett, and rescue workers at what used to be the World Trade Center are describing an absolutely horrific scene. They are searching for possible survivors of today's terrorist attack.
Let's begin with some of the newspapers because they tell a very chilling story of what happened in the last 24 hours. Let's begin with the front page. USA Today, it's an act of war. It is a comprehensive account of what happened. Also, war seems to be the theme because here too, the Daily News, it's war.
Act of war as well. From the front page of the New York Post, World Trade Center destroyed, many dead. And on the front page of the New York Times, U.S. attacked, hijacked jets, destroyed Twin Towers and hit Pentagon in day of terror.
The human toll is unfathomable, and we are trying to give you the best information that we have, not just on what happened in New York City, but down in the nation's capital as well. Firefighters have yet, at this hour, to contain the fire that erupted when a hijacked passenger jet slammed into the Pentagon. So, this morning, very quickly, here is the latest. Authorities in Massachusetts have now identified at least 5 Arab men as suspects, one of whom was a trained pilot. The car they were driving reportedly contained Arabic language flight training manuals.
In New York City, meanwhile, rescuers combing the World Trade Center rubble, knowing that the death toll could easily be in the thousands. By some reports, there are fears it could go as high as 10,000.
Authorities say...
Please call for your free action kit with 10 simple things you can do to help leave our children a living planet.
Wednesday morning, September 12th, 2001. A gruesome and unthinkable reality. This is Lower Manhattan early this morning. The World Trade Center's Twin Towers gone. Smoke still grimly hanging in the air. Search and rescue efforts going on around the clock. At the Pentagon, just outside Washington, D.C., flames still burn atop the symbol of American military power. This is the day after the unthinkable happened. The United States attacked by terrorists. Over the next half hour, we'll look at just how badly we've been hit, from the rising death toll to the toll on our economy and to our way of life. This is Early Today on NBC. I'm Bob Sellers, in for Nanette Hansen, who is on assignment in New York City. We'll talk with her in a moment, but first, this morning, New York, America, the world are all in disbelief, trying to come to grips with the most chilling and horrific terrorist attack in U.S. history. Here is the very latest. A round-the-clock search continues this morning as crews sift through the rubble where the Twin Towers stood just yesterday morning. For now, there's no telling how many people are trapped, but the loss of life is said to be horrendous. Thousands missing and feared dead. But overnight, 2 police officers were reportedly found alive in that rubble. Meanwhile, we now have new startling video of the first hijacked plane to crash into the Trade Center, setting it ablaze and sparking panic. This terrorist attack has turned Lower Manhattan into a virtual war zone. We turn now to NBC's Alex Wood, standing by with the very latest. Good morning, Alex.
Bob, back up to you.
All right, NBC's Alex Wood, thank you. Well, President Bush plans to begin the day with a National Security Council meeting. Last night, he addressed the nation and promised action against terrorists and those who harbor them.
These acts of mass murder were intended to frighten our nation into chaos and retreat. But they have failed. Our country is strong. A great people has been moved to defend a great nation. Terrorist attacks can shake the foundations of our biggest buildings, but they cannot touch the foundation of America.
President Bush plans to meet with members of Congress today as well. Well, the focus now may be on the search for survivors, but it's the chain of events and the sheer terror that still has the world talking this morning. NBC's David Bloom now with more on how the timeline unfolded.